Listen up or run for cover. Dropping knowledge from the people who have it to the people who need it. The real Brad Lee is dropping
What it is. Brad Lee back again with another episode of Dropping Bombs. Today in the studio, dude, I have a full-fledged, real-time movie star in the studio today. Andrew Steele, welcome to the show.
Bradley, it's amazing to be here, man. So good to be here with you tonight and dropping bombs.
I appreciate you coming in. Hey, yeah. I've always wondered how, because you're Australian, you're an Aussie.
I am, mate. Bloody oath.
And how do you guys get rid of that accent?
We just scrub it clean with salt and sand.
Is it similar how we create an Aussie accent?
Well, can you though? I don't think any American can, really.
I can.
Oh yeah, go on.
Go on.
What do you got?
What you got?
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah?
You sound a little drunk, mate. It was good. That's all right.
Hey, sometimes when I'm trying to do Aussie, I end up British, but either way.
Yeah, as long as you're having a go at it.
Piss off, you wanker.
Yeah, there you go. All right, see ya. Thanks, that was
Come
great.
over.
Great show, guys. Thank you.
Come over and do a few shrimp on the barbie.
Well, you know we call them prawns, right?
Do you?
Yeah, we don't call them shrimp.
Are they all prawns?
Yeah.
Even the small ones?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know.
Throw
Little prawns.
Throw a few prawns on the barbie.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Well, he's Aussie, but he's in a new movie coming out called Wishman. Now, I'm going to go see the movie personally, and I know everyone in the Bomb Squad is. And quite frankly, I think you're a lucky individual for being in that movie for one reason. Because everybody's heard of Make-A-Wish Foundation. And this movie is about the guy, Frank, that started Make-A-Wish, right? Frank Shankwitz.
That's right.
Is that how I pronounce it?
Yeah, Frank Shankwitz.
So everyone's going to want to see the movie just because everybody knows Make-A-Wish. And that's just such a awesome organization. I think people are going to want to go see it just for that purpose.
Yeah.
So you're going to get a lot of eyeballs on you.
Yeah, well, it's a really exciting opportunity, and it really is about the origin story of where this simple act of kindness originated from. And that's what Make-A-Wish is all about, is about giving back and, helping somebody that's less fortunate than yourself and coming together as a community to, band together and make somebody's day.
Yeah, and I saw the trailer at Secret Knock, so I kind of saw how it began, but I wasn't aware of it prior to. So what was the little kid's wish? The first one.
Yeah, well, this is back in 1980, and Frank Shankwitz was a motorcycle cop in Prescott, Arizona, and Phoenix area. And basically, due to the popularity of the TV show Chips, with Punch and John riding the motorcycles, all the kids growing up wanted to be motorcycle cops when they grew up. And, this one little kid, Chris, he had leukemia and was never going to grow up. But, his wish was that he would meet one and be part of the team. And Frank and his other policemen associates went to him and, made him a little uniform and gave him the wings that they cast bronze iron wings, which are specifically made for him, and they made him an honorary state trooper, which is the only one in the history of the Arizona Highway Patrol. And basically for 2 weeks they treated this kid like one of their own, and it just gave him so much joy, and for his mother and everybody involved, it was so rewarding. And that's that was kind of the start of Make-A-Wish. That was the first wish, and with that, Frank decided to put together a foundation, Make-A-Wish, and as we know, it's done over 500,000 wishes in the last 40 years. So
and those wishes aren't cheap.
Well, no.
Some of them might have been, but most of them I've heard of are not cheap.
Yeah, well, they say to wish for the stars, and there's a lot of family trips to Disneyland and to Hawaii and whatever, and big celebrities coming to meet these kids, and so I guess something like that where John Cena comes. He's done, I think, over 400 personal wishes, or it might be, I'm sure it's more than that now. But I mean, for something like John Cena, it's not costing him anything, and that's the beauty of a wish like that, is giving some of your time, but it's it's all in the kids' kind of mind what they wish for, and yeah, it's a really exciting film to be a part of because of that.
Yeah, it's a good. You say it's your first one?
It is. It's my first leading role in a feature, in a US feature, in an Aussie feature. So it's huge opportunity, and the team was really fantastic. The script was incredible. Theo Davies nailed it. The producers, Greg Reed, Mark Gold, doing absolutely fantastic work, and I just feel like I'm a warm puppet to tell this phenomenal story of an incredible man who was a really humble guy, and I'm pinching myself still.
Well, I for one am definitely going to go see it no matter what. I know the Bomb Squad will go see it, but I think everyone's going to go see it just based on the of what it is and who it's about. And I'll bet you there's going to be some tears. Well, you know better than anybody. Will there be some tears?
There definitely will be. We've had some pre-screenings, and we learnt from our that we needed to bring in tissues. So we literally had tissue boxes, and people were like, oh, where are the tissues? Like, because it's funny, but it's sad, and it's a roller coaster. But
when's the premiere?
June 4th is the world premiere. And we have theatrical release from June 7th. So that's open to the public then.
Now, Greg invited me to something. What was it?
That'll be the June 4th one, mate. You're a bit of a VIP.
Good. I'm coming, mate.
Yeah.
I'm going to go down there and see if I can't catch the eye of a producer.
Well, there you go. You're looking at one.
I could have played your grandpappy.
Yeah.
I could have played another one of the older police officers that
you
was
could play my bro, dude.
That was coaching young Frank.
Mm-hmm.
How old was Frank back then?
He was 38 years old.
Yeah. It's funny, too, because I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm also an honorary police officer.
Really? Tell me about it.
Oh, indeed. Sworn. Most people don't know this, but an honorary police officer is a police officer. Do you know that? But they won't swear you in, usually. Well, I had a mayor of a town. I won't say the town because she might even be getting in trouble. Who knows? Mm-hmm. But I had a mayor of a town talk to me one time, and I told him I always wanted to be a cop. I always did. And I got a DUI, so it never really worked out because if you wanted to go to, police academy, you couldn't have any record whatsoever. Well, I had a DUI, so I was screwed. Never got to do it. Always wanted to, though. So I told my story at this keynote I was doing, and a lady came up afterwards and said, oh, da-da-da. I didn't know who she was. And turns out she's the mayor of a town, and she came up, she said, Brad, I made a phone call, and I found out that, I have the authority to make you a police officer. And I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, well, I can make you an honorary police officer right now. If that's what you really wanted, that's your dream. And I'm thinking, oh, what a sweetie. I might as well just humor her. And I'm thinking I'm going to just, say, okay, boom, I get a little fake badge, and there I go. Well, no, man, she held up my hand, had this lady with her, swore me in, signed a document, handed me a freaking
gun,
actual badge. I can, dude.
I guess you got a gun anyway, dude.
I'm a straight up sworn police officer.
There you go.
Which means, well, in a certain city,
right?
So I don't have jurisdiction where I live or anything.
Uh-huh.
Nor do they expect me to show up for work.
Right.
But
perfect.
I did some checking.
All the perks.
Yeah, and I did some checking, and a lot of my cop friends that I know said she never should have sworn you in. I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, they swore you in. And I'm like, yeah. And I showed him my certificate. I'll show you when we leave here.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, dude, you're a straight up cop. This gives you the same authority as a real police officer. Yes, it says honorary, but you're sworn. There's sworn, and then there's honorary, and then there's honorary sworn. Like Shaq is an honorary sworn police officer, and he's technically a real police officer. So anyway, coinky dink. I have a badge in the whole bit.
There you go.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I thought that was nice of her to do, but it wasn't really my wish. My wish is to do what you're doing, dude. When I was a kid, I just wanted to be a movie star. I always wanted to be a freaking big movie star. I was waiting for my big break. And see, you took it.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah.
So tell me
Keep your eyes open, buddy.
Well, let's talk about this because I don't know if you've listened to Dropping Bombs often, but what we do is just shoot the shit and then talk about things that hopefully people that are listening can hear things from me or you or experiences or solutions that we heard about, saw, witnessed, and get past something in theirs. Because there's all kinds of people out there struggling. And when you really break down why they're struggling, it's usually some bullshit challenge that's easy to get past, but they don't, they're in the forest, so they don't get to see the answer. Mm-hmm. So I want to know, like, because acting is you got to be used to some rejection. You've been acting for how long?
Yeah, probably 12 years, I'd say.
So you've probably been on a million auditions.
Yeah, so many auditions. And a lot of them you're not even going in the room. They're what you call self-tapes. So you're basically in a studio, or it's your bedroom, and you've got like a kind of blue, piece of cardboard stuck up with some blue tack, and you do it on your iPhone. You learn all the lines for the character. You have, a scene partner. I am lucky enough to have my amazing wife, Kim. She's a fantastic actor, so we're scene buddies for each other for our self-tapes. But you do these self-tapes, you send them off, and then 99% of the time you don't even get like a thanks for your audition. Like, there's not even that. But you just got to keep putting it in, sending them off, and don't beat yourself up about that. And you just got to do the best audition you can. Some of these auditions don't even get opened. Like, it's a matter of it's a numbers game. Like, I would have definitely done hundreds of auditions this way, or you go into the room and they say, yeah, great, thanks. But what we learn as actors, it's not about booking that job. It's about booking the room, and go in and impress the people that are there while you have the opportunity to act, because we love to act. So don't think of it as a scary thing. It's an opportunity for people that are established, who are behind the desks, for you to show them the work and your love for the work and that character on that day. And whether it's that role or something down the track, the idea is to stick in their mind. So then when the right role comes around, they go, I remember that guy, he was great for this, let's bring him in.
Now, do they teach you that?
Well, it's a lot of School of Hard Knocks, and, do they teach you the resilience?
Yeah, because dude, there's a lot of people out there struggling, and it's all in their mind. Like, when you go to an audition, you should leave the audition and not even care. You should leave and forget about it, as if it didn't even happen. That way it can't harm you. Most actors and business people, they'll sit there and dwell on something and hope to God I get this role. And then when they don't, they're crushed. And it's probably kicked a lot of actors' asses and made them quit.
Yeah.
So who taught you that that's the answer? Because that is the answer. You go in there and you look for the opportunity to perform because you love it. And when you leave there, look, maybe you weren't right for that particular role. But if you do your best and impress the hell out of them, dude, maybe you left there and you don't even realize it, but you just got a role 6 months from then.
Yeah, I mean, look, I always look to people that have been there before, that have done it, that are experienced, and I respect their opinions. So that's one thing. But I think the biggest thing is learning it for yourself. I definitely learned by doing these auditions, and then if I kept a script around the house, like it would just be like, there's those lines, the audition that I didn't get called back for. So the first thing I do now is, after I do that, I'll either put them back in the printer, turn them over so I can reuse the paper on the other side, or I'll chuck them out, or just get them out. So then if they give me a call, they want to see another audition, I just print out the sides again.
When they give you sides, are there any direction?
Yeah. So there's the big print, which it's a lot of the writer making sense of the lines. So some people suggest that say that they're suggestions. So like the big print, like he gets up and walks across the room with a brooding look or something like that. That's a suggestion. And so because if everyone goes in and does it that same way, it's going to be kind of boring. It's about making it your own. So you go in and give it a different kind of quirky look, and then they're like, oh, that was different. He's got such range. There's a lot of different ways to play it, but I think you want to find your own essence, and come with the truth within you, and then that's what kind of comes out through the character and the words.
So have you ever been crushed because you didn't get cast?
I got crushed when I got given a leading role. It was like a 2-year role on an Australian TV show, and it had been a bunch of callbacks and what have you. And then I was on holiday with my family, and then my agent calls me up to tell me, the hundreds of thousands of dollars I'm going to be making. And then he said, "Hey mate, I don't know how to tell you this, but they've changed their mind. The network they want to go with someone with more Instagram followers." And I was like, oh, you're kidding me. Like, I'd been given the role. I was waiting for them to send me the script so I could start learning it, like leave Hawaii and go back and do that. And then there's just like the rug being pulled out from under your feet after, 10 years of auditioning, and you finally get your opportunity. They say yes. And then it's like, oh, no, we meant no. And it's like, dude.
And you probably told everybody.
Yeah.
You probably had some celebratory dinners.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, like, it was only a few days since they told me. I was literally like leaving for Hawaii, but it was like we're in Hawaii with my family. It was my auntie's like 50th birthday or something, and we were just having a fantastic time. I'm heading to drinks on my parents' beautiful view, and then I get this call, and I walk in a shell of a man, and they're going, "What? Your energy's changed." And it's like, yeah. Did you see
the show that came out that you were supposed to
play? Yeah, no, it's a long-running show. So
did it make that person famous?
Well, he'd already done another show. That's why his Instagram followers were so high.
Right.
So a bit, I don't know. It's, the thing is, had I done that show, there's no way I'd be playing Frank in Wishman coming out.
Because you would have just been a different
I wouldn't have been
trajectory.
here. So yeah, they was shooting in Australia, so I would have been shooting that role. I wouldn't have been out here, and I wouldn't have been at the event where I met Frank and Greg and just sliding doors put me into this position. And I'm so happy where I'm at in my life right now. I've got, I'm shooting these films about to come out. It's a really fantastic opportunity. I've started a film festival because I was over here. I've married my beautiful wife because of that.
Also.
And yeah.
Oh, well then shit, see? Stuff happens for a reason.
Yeah, it really does. And that was a few years ago. It was the worst day of my life. But then obviously the next day is a new day, and you got to keep forging forward. And I'm really excited with where I'm at with my life at the moment. And
I'm going to drop a bomb on that, folks, because if you're listening and pay attention, there's a song that Garth Brooks used to sing, Unanswered Prayers. You ever heard that song? You don't listen to country in Australia, do you?
Nah.
What are their names? What do you listen to?
Kind of like folk rock. I like Jack Johnson.
So there's a lot of the same artists here or there. I mean, shit, dude.
Totally.
Everybody follows the
Just
US,
not country. Just
right?
not totally. Yeah, particularly Australia, man. We're definitely sheep.
So you got you got a song called Unanswered Prayers where Garth Brooks, if you Google the lyrics, he's wishing and praying for, I think, a girl or something. Doesn't get her, but ultimately ends up with the right one, the family, the kids, the whole bit. So, folks, when you're listening to this shit, and he's living it, sometimes when you feel crushed, you feel like your whole world's over, it's actually on its way. Because you wouldn't have the wife, you wouldn't have had Wishman, which I think is going to launch you personally. Well, I haven't seen you act, so we'll see. If I were the Bomb Squad, I'd be going just to see your skills. See, that's why when I eventually come out with my own flick or become in one, like shit, I'll throw in some money and be in anyone's movie as long as it's a good script, good cast. They're taking shit seriously. That's why I think I'm going to sell a bunch of tickets to any movie I'm in, just because people want to see me fail. People want to go see, let me see how bad he sucks as an actor. However, what do you think the difference between a great actor and a decent actor is? Scene development, character development, what is it that, like, how long did it take you to prepare for this role? Did you go hang out with Frank and just live there for 30 days and watch his mannerisms? Did you ask a bunch of stories, read a bunch of books, watch a bunch of old video? What do you do to prepare?
All of that. I'm really lucky that, Frank is obviously alive and, completely awesome, totally open to me getting to know him. He wrote a fantastic book also called Wishman, which is a really good way to understand his backstory and what he's all about. But yeah, I definitely hung out with him and his wife, Kitty, at their place, and, studying the way he talks, and, I had a dialect coach and all that jazz.
I assume this is the voice of the movie.
That was it, yeah. Frank Shankwitz, Highway Patrol 1091. So it was incredible. He's a big dude, but, he's a motorcycle rider. I needed to learn how to ride a motorbike, firearms.
And didn't you get, I don't want to give away a movie because I don't know if this is all supposed to be secret shit, but, didn't you get beat up in the movie?
Yeah, I mean, look, Frank he's a motorcycle cop. Like that happened. He was a detective. He was undercover. Like he was telling me last night, he used to have this long hair, and he was just like undercover. He'd roll in the dirt like before he'd go to work. He'd check underneath his car every day and every night for bombs. Like this is the kind of he's leaving his family home and he's going out to serve. And working with the Hell's Angels and like all this stuff. And
it doesn't even seem like it. Meeting him, he's like this freaking gentle, nice dude.
Yeah, but yeah, he was a brawler. When if somebody's there's somebody's grabbing your gun out of your holster, you're gonna give him a headbutt or whatever. It's a Wild West out there, and this is a Western. And definitely there's a couple of fight scenes which was a lot of fun. We had a really awesome fight choreographers and it was a dream.
So were there any love interests? Did you have to like get naked?
Yeah, there was. Kirby Bliss Blanton was my love interest. So yeah, that was all part and parcel of the role. But what you'd mentioned before,
what do they do to keep you guys from like popping wood? Because I don't know if I could keep from it.
There's like a plastic board. We didn't actually have a sex scene.
Oh, but if you ever do have a sex scene, like, and it's with someone that's just smoking, like, you've seen sex scenes, they get pretty raunchy. Like, how do you keep from getting full wood?
I mean, who says you need to not?
Well, because if you get full wood, now you're just dry humping for real.
Well, I mean, that's kind of depends on what the shot is, but like, you see like
then when they say cut,
you see like Halle Berry and like Billy
up.
Bob Thornton, like they were naked. Like I think they were probably having sex in Monsters Ball. I don't know. I'm not sure. I've seen the scene a couple of times, and it looks like
the same thing.
It's not.
I thought the same thing.
Oh yeah. So,
but you
I think it's all about a conversation with you and the other actor or actress or whatever the situation is, and what you're comfortable with, and what they're shooting, what rating if it's porno, then you probably are naked, I would imagine.
Well, no, I mean a real movie.
Yeah,
like Monsters Ball.
Yeah.
Now, what would your wife say?
I mean, that's obviously a conversation. We have a lot of trust. It goes both ways. She's an actor as well, so I understand that's.
So you guys are secure. Let's talk about security for a moment. Because I'll tell you right now, listen, I tell my wife, one of these days I'm going to make a movie and da-da-da, and she rolls her eyes because, she's never heard of this. And then I'm like, can you imagine? Because, there's certain actresses I'm like, man, I wish I was in a scene with that. But I would joke with her and say, one of these days I'm going to have to do like a scene with one of these girls.
You wrote.
Yeah, and she says, exactly.
and cast.
And she says,
there's no film in the camera.
Yeah, and she says, not allowed. And I'm like, babe, if it's a real movie, like I understand if I'm filming a stupid movie with my buddy to see if we can make a movie, no, I'm not going to do it. But like, what if it's a real ass movie, real budget, real?
Yeah.
Nope. Not going to do it.
Well, I mean, I would say across the board, it's all simulated. Often you might have like a sheet or a bit of cloth or something in between, and you don't line up your genitals necessarily. You're
still in the biz.
Yeah.
You're still getting down to business.
You're right.
If my wife was the actor and she was getting fake humped by freaking Brad Pitt or somebody,
yeah,
I'd be a little bit pissed. Like, I'd be like, hey, listen, it depends on the size of her paycheck.
Right.
Because, look, you give us enough dough, Brad can actually hump you. Just joking, honey, in case you're listening.
Great man Bernie Dorman gave me some advice. He said, if we get to these stages and we're having these sex scenes, is to, bring, Kim out to set, so or vice versa. So we're there, so, the other person can see the relationship you guys have, and so it's it's very much just doing the business, doing the job.
Jennifer Aniston said the same thing to Angelina.
Oh yeah, that worked out well. But you said what makes a great actor and a good actor.
Yeah, I want to know that, and then I also want to know how you build up your security to where, like, your wife's very secure, obviously. you're secure. You say she's an actor. She probably has to kiss dudes.
Yep.
I want to talk about A, the difference between a good and a great, and then B, how does somebody build up their confidence and security to where, hey, you can kiss my wife because I understand that her and I are in love and that's just a scene.
Yeah. Well, I'll start with that one. We're in a really fantastic situation is that we've been friends for 7 years. And we've known each other with different partners, and like we've been friends, and got to know the partners, and so we came at a true trust level. And it was only after 7 years of being friends that I actually moved into her apartment as a friend to live there, and then we started dating from that. So I think we're in a unique position where we haven't necessarily been jealous. Like it didn't start from a jealousy point. Like we've been open with who we are and what we're about, and respect each other as people and as friends first, and then the relationship kind of blossomed from that. So there's obviously going to be like thoughts in your mind, like am I good enough? Does she like him more than me? All this kind of stuff. But it's like
depends on who she's cast with.
Yeah, totally. And
like, what if she's got Hemsworth?
I would say enjoy. I say enjoy, honey.
See, but that's why she freaking probably loves you.
Yeah.
I'd be ruining it. I'd be pissed being a dick.
Yeah.
Hemsworth would be all cool and studly, and pretty soon I'd literally cause my wife to not like me. Where if I was just cool like that, she wouldn't even care.
I mean,
I'm saying that
now. Like it's all well and good. Like, but dude, there's a lot worse things that you could be worried about, and if it's done with trust and openness, it's all about the communication, man.
Communication. See, folks, I knew I'd get a bomb out of that deal. There's too many people out there insecure and jealous. I've been one, and I'm still a tad. I got to be honest. Like, I don't want my wife getting a massage by a dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we go into just a regular, legit massage.
But do you want to get massaged by a dude?
They're not called parlors. No. They're not called parlors if they're legit, by the way. If you're going to a massage parlor, we got a problem.
Right.
But we'll go to Massage Envy. They'll come out, and if there's not 2 females available, we got to go. Like sometimes, because I will not do a dude. So like, I'm not getting a dude. So they'll come out, oh, we have a female and a male. I'm sorry. And then she looks at me like, well, then I'll take the male and you take the female. And I'm like, no, we'll come back. Because I'm not letting a dude rub her. Is that weird?
There's definitely a double standards in there somewhere.
Well, it's because, dude, if I were rubbing her, I know what I'd be thinking. And I don't care. Oh, well, I'm a professional. Dude, professionals still have brains. And they're looking. And I don't know if you've ever massaged a naked woman, but you start getting up there. Now, if that butt raises just a smidge when you're getting up in the V area, because that's where they go. But you start getting the V area like this, and you're a dude, and you're not even thinking anything, and then it just slightly raises up a smidge. What's that telling you?
I don't
know.
Be
honest.
What's
it telling you? She's saying, hey, get up in there a little bit. Now, if I'm a masseuse and some gorgeous girl with a freaking unbelievable body is just laying there, and I got oil, and I'm rubbing her legs like I'm supposed to, and she just perks that ass up a smidge, dude, and we're in a room alone, what am I supposed to do?
Couples massage, mate.
I would just couples massage, but still, dude, dudes ain't rubbing my girl.
Yeah.
So dudes don't get to rub my girl, and some people tell me that's so immature. And I'm thinking, bro,
like, I don't
you
care.
don't want a haircut? Stay out the barbershop.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't want, because you never know, bro. You never know.
Or you always know.
Yeah. Well, all I know is I still have an issue with being insecure when it comes to that. I wish I was the dude that'd be like, oh, babe, have fun. Yeah. You're cast with Hemsworth. You guys got to do some crazy sex scene. Man, enjoy yourself. I'll be home with the kids. I'll see you tonight. Oh, you got to work till 4 a.m? No problem. Oh, you're gonna stay over? I'll see you tomorrow. Like, dude, I want to be that dude.
Yeah.
Are you that dude, or would you have a little bit of what?
Oh, that was maybe a little rich, but staying over thing. I don't know. I'm like, yeah, I'll come. I'll come hang out. What are we eating popcorn and watching MASH reruns?
Or what about girls' night out?
Sweet, yeah, go for it.
Where you're not allowed.
Yeah, totally fine.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, she encourages me to go out with my friends. I mean, we're very insular. We kind of hang out at home all the time, and we're busy with a lot of work, a lot of different projects. So when we get out, She's like, go have fun, like have a great night. Like,
Well, you both got lucky then. You both
We
got
did.
lucky. You're cool. She's cool. Two cool people. It's a cool life. What
It's so cool.
What happens when one of them's uncool though? 9 times out of 10,
yeah,
one they don't last.
totally.
There's always because the cool one is like, chill, I'm going out with my buddies, or hey, chill, I'm going out with my girlfriends, and the controlling one that's worried, more like me. You ain't going anywhere. What do you need to go with friends for? How come I'm not allowed? Why am I not allowed to go there?
Yeah,
What? I'm not invited? I can't be there with
I'm
you
not
and
one
your
of the
7
girls tonight.
friends?
Yeah,
Dude, I wish
I can't go out with your hot friends.
All right, now let's switch over because this one again, folks. If you're listening and you're a jealous person, I'm telling you, you need to figure out how to fix it. I was hoping you had some sort of technique. You just happen to have a cool chick. You're cool. There's no process in order to fix it. I'm still working on mine, folks. I'll be back with you when I figure out how to fix mine because there ain't no way to fix mine. I don't want a dude rubbing her because if I were a dude, I know I'd be thinking.
If
dirty
you're a
shit.
dude, okay, let's just delve into that one.
If I were a dude rubbing her.
Oh, right.
Like if I were the single dude. Well, here's another thing, okay? First of all, I came down to Vegas in 91, okay? You weren't even born yet. Damn near. Anyway, long story short, I come to Vegas in 91. There's girls everywhere, obviously. And, you know, you get to meet them. You're out having drinks. You wake up. You banged a couple. So guess what happens? The phone rings. Shh, that's my husband. And I'm like, what? Because one thing I don't do or would never do, used to do, now I'm married. But one thing I'd never do is screw chicks that had boyfriends or husbands. Either one, I don't care. If you're in a relationship, I don't want nothing to do with you because I don't like looking over my shoulder. And trust me, I always put myself in the situation. You screw my chick knowingly, you might have to look over your shoulder too. So I always put myself like, shit, what would I do? Well, dude, I don't want no part of that. So I would not do it. But you know how many girls are in Vegas fucking with boyfriends and husbands at home? You know how many?
I don't know how many.
A lot. Massive amounts. And so I think that's where I get the insecurity. It's like, damn,
Right, because you're seeing it all the time.
Well, I used to
And
be
more
the ones
so
humping
because
them.
more so because it's Vegas, because it's like what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. That mantra, is that? What do you think?
Not necessarily, but dude, they'll do it. I was in Oregon and it happened. So at the end of the day, one time I went to a bachelorette party with my buddy who was a male dancer.
Yep.
It wasn't a Chippendale, but they had the little copycat ones up there. So he had me stop by with him. Actually, I was his roommate at that time, but he had me stop by with him at this bachelor party. We go into the bachelor party. Next thing you know, bing, bing, bing. Some girls bing, bing, bing. And guess what? The one that was doing the binging was the one getting married the next day. Dude, come on. Are you kidding
that's
me?
Pretty aggressive. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, so it just makes me think, like, even
Yes.
my girl, because if any of them's not going to cheat, it's going to be mine. But
Yeah,
every time I think that, I used to think there's no way that one would. Boom.
But you don't
Next
know
thing
that
I know-
girl, and she did it the night before a wedding, so that's a certain type of person. There's a word for that. There's a couple of words.
Yeah, but
I
dude,
can't think of them
listen,
now.
perhaps it was just an accident. Maybe she just got a little too
Slipped.
drunk. Maybe the dude was just too irresistible.
The perfect storm.
The perfect storm.
Yeah.
And see, that's what makes me always wonder. Like, dude, you're going where?
But I mean, how much time and how much energy and effort you're saying yourself is like something that potentially would keep you up at night if she was out, you know? So if you can switch that voice in your head and just go, dude, if you're wrong, then you do something about it then. But all this energy that you're putting into it, it's just fucking eating you up, dude.
That's a fact. And let me tell you guys something. There's a technique that's worth exploring. Folks, if it's eating you up inside, here's what you do. You know what you do? You realize that you cannot control her or him if you're a girl listening. You can't control your partner. You do the best you can. You be as cool as you can. You give them 100% of yourself, right? Honor, respect, all that. And if they do that, you love yourself enough to know that they're the ones that are losing.
Yeah.
I just discovered that. I'm going to bomb that shit. You know why? Because, dude, that's when you just said that, it dawned on me. I'm more worried about her doing it because I must have some sort of issue with myself. Meaning, like, because I'd have to break up, of course. Well, yeah, I would have to break up. So therefore, what am I worried about? What am I insecure about? People are insecure because they don't love themselves enough. Agree or disagree?
Yeah.
Maybe you guys both love yourselves enough.
Yeah.
Like confidence.
Yeah.
True confidence.
We do, but it's also the union and the trust. And, the last thing I want is to see her cry because of something I did. So that's...
See? Now he's making your guys' heart melt. All right.
But thoughts are things, and like if the secret has taught me anything, it's like if you're putting these thoughts out there, there's maybe more chance of the frequency lining up and it happening.
I 100% believe that. So let's switch gears. Great actor, decent actor. What's the difference?
I think it's commitment to the role, research, study, really embodying the character, but getting to know the given circumstances and, throwing yourself into that world as opposed to just saying the lines.
Which, by the way, has a direct correlation to business.
Yeah.
100%. Commitment, you said. Mm-hmm. You're committed. You threw yourself into it. You've practiced the lines. You're prepared. I see so many people opening a business half-assed, working, not full-time. They're not committed. They're trying it, and it doesn't work. Mm-hmm. Same thing with acting.
Yeah, and I think relaxing into it and giving yourself a chance to play and have the moment, because acting is all about, connection and in affecting the other person. So you're not thinking about yourself, but you're thinking about what do I want from you and how do I want to make you feel, and that's how you get your objective. So yeah, that connection, and then being able to block out all this other stuff in your mind, so that you can stick in that scene and and connect.
And again, dude, if you guys are listening to him, he just said getting everything else out of your mind. This is the exact same thing for business success, entrepreneurship. If this right now were being filmed and these were our lines, we'd win Oscars. That's what I want to do. Because when people say, because I used to want to be an actor. You were an actor. And I said, no, technically, I was a reactor.
Yeah, they say acting is reacting.
Yeah. Because if this right here was an actual scene, and these were our lines, I wouldn't have delivered them this frickin' real.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have done that. Now, that is how I want to frickin' get to my craft. To where when I have lines, dude, the pauses, the frickin', nose rubs, they're frickin' all there. Now go watch the Hawk. You don't see those. You will not see those.
Yeah.
Do you think you're that good? Do you feel that good when you're doing your lines, or do you feel kind of like you're still acting?
Well, it depends how prepared I am. Like with these self-tapes, often you'll get like 2 hours or something, so you're still just trying to remember the lines. But when you can run them, as much as, I had like a year to run my stuff for Wishman, so if I don't get it right now, I'm rubbish at acting. So I had a year. Well, that said, actually, there was one of the big monologues for the whole film was kind of rewritten the day of. So that's an interesting challenge. But yeah, it's like, I've done a lot of theater. I've done, learned a lot of lines. But yeah, it's really being confident. But what I really love is scripts where there is freedom to improvise. And so that you learn your character, what the given circumstances are, what your character wants. And then you can just live and you can riff, with the other actor. And it's really that, ensemble, community aspect of what a scene is. Because, any film is a real collaboration between everyone from the writer to the director to the actors to the guys that are doing sound, lights. It's all a massive team effort, and which is one of the reasons I really love telling stories in film format and television, because it's a team, and you're putting together a show and you want it to go, and everyone's there for each other, whether it's the PAs on set or it's anyone else I've just mentioned. Everyone's there to tell that story. And the incredible bringing it back to Wishman is like everyone has been on this set doing everything they can to tell this story of a remarkable man who has done such an incredible thing. One simple act of kindness caused a ripple effect, causing millions of affected change, just putting smiles on faces, and we really hope that the film can act in its own way of being something that can catalyze a change in every viewer that sees it, so they can go out and they can make their own simple act of kindness, which causes its own ripple effect. So there's a cacophony of beauty that's coming from this one simple act of kindness.
And I, dude, Make-A-Wish to me is probably one of the best ever, because usually it's kids, right? And kids, especially abused kids, man, they're defenseless. And if you're dying and you have one wish and your parents don't have the money to help you, and more than likely your family is in the same situation, and then along comes somebody that just makes your wish come true before you die, that's just frickin', dude, it doesn't get better than that. Does it? It doesn't get better than that. And you get to play the dude. So it's unbelievable. I'm telling you right now, like I'm going to go see it the 4th. It's in L.A.
Yeah, the Egyptian Theater. Yeah,
I'll be down there. No, when Greg said, dude, by the way, you're invited, and I'm like, shit, I'm going to that no matter what. But at the end of the day, I would have went anyway. Like, this is a major motion picture. This is not a couple of people got together to honor Frank. It's like a real movie, real budgets, real actors, real writers, all that. Mm-hmm. And I think it's going to be sensational. I also think it's going to, if you're good, it's going to freaking launch you, which is that's my dream, is like, dude, you're not used to everybody fawning over you when you walk into a mall. You're going to be able to handle that? Would you rather have $1 billion in unknown or $1 billion in famous?
$1 billion in unknown.
So why are you going the other way?
I don't have the option of not being, if I'm going to get $1 billion from acting, which is, good luck with me on that.
Well, you wouldn't. You would get a lot of money from acting, and then you invest it properly to get to the $1 billion.
Yeah, look, what I love doing is I love acting and telling stories. Fame, if you're acting well enough, fame is a byproduct of that. And that's not the glamorous thing. That's the thing where you're putting, sunglasses on and a baseball cap and you can't go to the mall or whatever. That's not what I want.
But that's a high price to pay, isn't it?
I mean,
I'd pay it for sure. Me, I love that shit.
It is. It depends, how heavy it gets. But if they're paying you with multiple millions of dollars, then yeah, I would definitely take that deal.
So when this thing comes out, you expect to go on, like, what do you call them, junkets, or what do you call it when you shoot around the country?
Yeah, we do, like, we're having the film's going to be in a bunch of different cities. If anybody actually is interested in the film coming to a local cinema to them, who can they reach out to? Mark at Fresh, your email. We're talking about Mark Gold.
And you can talk, Mark. Don't worry about that.
I'm
sure you can.
Gold at Fresh Cats.
Gold at freshcats.com.
Hey, if you guys aren't going to get this picture in your freaking theater, I think you're crazy, because I'm telling you, just the viral, topic, just what it's about is going to make a lot of people want to see that movie. You guys just got the perfect storm with that movie, because I'd go see it if I didn't know who you were. I don't know Greg, and I just saw Wishman. That's the dude that did the Make-A-Wish. I'd be like, boom, I'm seeing that.
Yeah, and we're actually doing a competition so that you guys can also join us on the red carpet. And if you go to wishmanhero.com and tell us who your hero is, we're going to invite you and your hero to come join us on the red carpet on June 4th at the Egyptian Theater.
Now, dude, that's cool. So how many are you going to pick? How many winners?
We're looking at least 6. So it's 6 of the winners, and there's 6 heroes.
Give my squad a little hint. Like, what are you looking for? Are you looking for, like, true stories, or would you want just a 1 minute bang? Here's my hero. Here's why. Or are you looking for, like, real Franks out there in the world?
We're looking for all of the above. Feel free to bring Elon Musk along. We'd love to have him there. So he'll be my hero. Elon, come along. I need a date. I don't actually. I've got a beautiful wife I'll take. And she's also in the movie as well, actually. Kim's in the movie.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, she plays a really phenomenal role. But back to who are we looking for? We're looking for something that touched your heart. It could be a dad, could be somebody that doesn't even know that they're your hero, and this is an opportunity for you to tell them.
Ooh, that's a good one.
There's hero means a lot of things to a lot of different people. So we're not going to limit it to anything. If it's your hero, then that is what we want to know about.
Beautiful. And it's wishmanhero.com?
That's correct.
Folks, go to wishmanhero.com. Drop in your story if you've got one, man, and you might be on the red carpet with the movie stars and the big celebs in L.A.
Correct. Yeah, Egyptian theater, Hollywood.
Yeah, now, you're also a musician, you say.
I say I am, yeah.
Well, I mean, I see you have a guitar, dude. Usually nobody walks around with a guitar.
Yeah.
I saw this one buddy of mine one time. He he plays unbelievable guitar. He started laughing because I said, dude, if I could play guitar like that, all I'd do is be walking around looking for campfires.
Mm-hmm.
I'd just be looking for campfires where I could walk up and say, hey, mind if I sit down? Yeah. No, don't mind if I do. Boom. So what do you got? You got a song you wrote. Is it in the picture or no?
It's not in the picture, but it's pretty much about the picture. It's about the life of Frank. It's called Wishman, and just a little backstory to Frank's life. He had a really tough upbringing. He grew up in Prescott, Arizona, and he had this mentor, which did kind of help raise him. His name was Juan, and he owned a truck stop, a food stop on the highway, and Frank was his dishwasher, and basically he told Frank that whenever you can give back, that's what you need to do, whether it's just pulling the weeds from your neighbor's garden. That's something that you can do, and you don't need money, you just need love in your heart. And this is a song called Wishman, and kind of goes into a little bit about Frank, and I'll just play the song. Okay, here we go. Do I need to move the mic at all, or just?
No, I can hear it good.
There was a boy named Frank who had tough love to thank. His little mama drank, and his daddy copped the flack, yeah. He grew up on his own, no place to really call his home, till a man called Juan took him under his arm. This Juan truly saved his soul. He said, give back, little Frank, show your daddy you're a man, tell your mama that you love her too. Though she left you in the cold, it's not really her fault. Hear the words I want to say to you. You're gonna be the wish man, make a wish, man. Yeah, you'll be the wish man. Just think of the kids, man, thousands of kids, man, and their happy families. All thanks to the wish man. You're gonna be the wish man. Yeah, you'll be the wish man. Just think of the kids, man, thousands of kids, man, and their happy families. Just give back, little Frank, just do what you can. Set the love that is in you free. Give back, little Frank, if we all hold hands, what we'll achieve you won't believe. He said, give back, little Frank, show your daddy you're a man, tell your mama that you love her too. Though she left you in the cold, it's not really her fault. Hear the words I want to say to you. You're gonna be the wish man, make a wish, man. Yeah, you'll be the wish man. Just think of the kids, man, the thousands of kids, man, and their happy families. All thanks to the wish man. You're gonna be the wish man. Yeah, you be the wish man. Just think of the kids, man, thousands of kids, man, all getting to live their dreams. You can drum along if you want, man.
Yeah.
Don't need money to be a rich man if you're the wish man. You don't need money to be a rich man if you're the wish man. You don't need money to be a rich man if you're the wish man. You don't need money to be a rich man if you're the wish man. So give back, little Frank, just do what you can. Set the love that is in you free. If we all hold hands, will you understand what we'll achieve? You won't believe, oh, you're gonna be the wish man. Gonna be the wish man. Yeah, you'll be the wish man. Just think of the kids, man. Thousands of kids, man. And their happy families out thanks to the wish man. Gonna be the wish man. Yeah, you'll be the wish man. Just think of the kids, man. Thousands of kids, man. All getting to live their dreams. Yeah, you are the wish man. The man with the vision of the Make-A-Wish Foundation. You don't need money to be a rich man. What is your wish, man?
Damn, that was a good one there. See, now if you can act half as good as you can sing, man, we're in business.
Thanks, brother.
We're in business. Who's your agent? You got an agent?
Chris Rowe is my manager, and I'm with Shanahan's Management in Australia. Premier.
So if someone wanted to book you or for anything, they call Australia?
They can call Shanahan's in Australia or Chris Rowe Management in LA.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So do you ever go just sing?
Yeah, I play a bunch of gigs around the place.
If you had a choice between, like, you could either be a freaking musician or an actor, you had to pick one.
I'd be an actor.
Yeah, I would too. Even if I could sing, because I can't sing worth a shit.
But the beauty is like I get a bunch of roles where I'm a musician in the role, so it definitely helps doing that. But I do a bunch of original stuff and cover gigs, and just I love playing music, and music's such a great way for me to unwind. It's kind of like my meditation. But then that collaboration that I was talking about with being on set is the same when you're in a band and you're playing with other musicians and just kind of riffing out and just making it up as you go. And there's nothing that I love more than jamming out with some friends. And
you got another one, don't you?
Yeah, there is another little track.
Hey, but before you play that track, when I was at Secret Knock, you were wearing some jacket.
Uh-huh.
Now, I'd never personally wear the jacket till I heard what it stands for.
Mm-hmm.
Then I thought, shit, that is kind of a cool jacket. And it is kind of fun to wear. What was that story?
So it's called Velu Fur. You can check it out on Instagram. It's at VELUFUR. And look, my good friend Jordan Laub, he when his father passed away of brain cancer, he wanted to do something, and give back in his own way. So he created this fur company. It's a fake fur. Velu means vegan luxury when you break it down. And so it's this incredible, bright, colorful, fun-looking bunch of different prints and furs, but they're all from recycled plastic. And it's awesome. You can zip off the arms and they become boot covers. And he started by he'd been to Burning Man like 8 times since he was like 12 or something. And he saw it was a hole in the market there, and everyone loves that kind of crazy stuff. But it's also, it's good for the environment. It keeps you warm. It looks fun and crazy.
It was cool, yeah, and they're limited editions, aren't they?
They are, and they're reversible at the moment. So if you jump on at Velu Fur on Instagram, you should be able to get some of the new stock that's coming in. Although they are selling like hotcakes, but he's had the company for 3 years and already is doing very, very well. I don't want to talk figures, but it's very impressive what he's been able to do with that. And I'm a big supporter of him and Velu Fur.
Is he an artist?
You know what? He's studying law. He's just a bit of a genius.
Does it look like a really high end, like a Versace mixed with, like, it looked like he knew what he was doing.
Yeah, he does, and it's all totally reversible as well. He's a real talent and a good guy. Yeah.
Well, I wanted to mention that only because I was bidding on that, but someone outbid me.
Yeah, well, I could sort you out if you want to reopen the bidding.
Well, the bidding, I don't know. I don't even know how much they cost. I was wondering, like, what do those actually cost, and did they just pay 10 times what they could have just bought it for?
People want it because it's a limited edition, so you'll see that people will pay kind of if there's not many around.
Charity.
And this charity goes for a good thing. Actually, it helped to pay for Frank Shankwitz getting the Vegas Walk of Fame. That's he's getting a star.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool. So
that's in September.
That'll be on No, I think June 15th.
Awesome.
June 15th.
Man, you guys are on the hustle. So let's hear this track. Let's hear this other track. Now tell us a little bit about it, because you had a story, but I freaking interrupted you. Because by the way, if I don't interrupt, I'll forget.
Yeah.
So sometimes I interrupt. People are like, dude, I'm like, I got to get what I gotta say out.
Yeah.
What was the story?
So look, this is this story. I wrote this song before the opening night of my film festival called Flicks for Change, which is a film festival with a social conscience. So basically, a quick background on that is for the last 3 years, we've been running this film festival in Sydney, Washington, D.C., and Los Angeles, where we show short films that have important social messages. Then we bring in the nonprofits and charity organizations that work in those fields. So basically, the audience is inspired by these incredible filmmakers and their art on the screen, and then we give them the opportunity to take action then and there about being boots on the ground, whether it's donating money or time or just connecting and following through and making the world a better place. This is a song that I wrote before the opening night of that first festival, and it's about taking our power as a collective and standing up. Looking around at the state of the world today, now I'm drawing a crowd. I wanna say it's gonna be okay, but it's not how you perceive it to be. No, it's really just what we do with the little things. If we're all one, then we will all rise with love and truth. So help me sing, stand proud, shout out loud, 'cause the world needs you today. So stand up and let's be brave, stand proud, shout out loud, 'cause the world needs you today. So stand up and let's be brave. So make a change in your wicked ways. I say that tomorrow will be too late to save you. If you want to be the one to change the world, so make a change in your wicked ways. I say that tomorrow will be too late to save you. If you want to be the one to change the world, so make a change in your wicked ways. I say that tomorrow will be too late to save you. If you want to be the one to change the world, change the world, change the world. Tomorrow will be too late to change the world. Stand proud, shout out loud, 'cause the world needs you today. So stand up and let's be brave. Stand up.
Boom. Fabulous, yeah. Dude, you're a good freaking singer too.
Thanks,
Actor,
dude.
singer, come on, man. Good looking dude. Killer freaking family. You got kids yet?
Not yet, working on it.
Man, look, dude, you got it all handled already. Folks, if you could only be half as cool as this dude, you'd be on the way to successful everything you want to do. But here's I just discovered that you guys are not going to like. I never fucking hit record. This whole podcast needs to be done over. So let's start again. So, no, I'm just messing.
Boom. Classic.
Folks, listen, if you're not following this cat, you're going to want to, because shit, dude, when this movie comes out, you're going to want to see how he does. You're going to want to support Frank and the whole. And by the way, I mean, is there any proceeds going to Wishman? I mean, Make-A-Wish, I'll bet you there is.
Yeah, we're working on that now.
I guarantee. And if there isn't, shit, maybe I'll just match the revenue. No, I'm just joking. I ain't that baller yet. See, that's why I want to be a billionaire. That's why I want to be a billionaire.
Good.
How cool would it be if I said, all right, you take the gross receipts of all sales worldwide in the first 3 months, Big Dog Daddy B will match it. Like, that's why I want to be a billionaire. People say, why do you want to be a billionaire? And that's why. I want to freaking help people financially without worrying about my own finances. And $1 billion is enough to do that. You can create, you can't help everybody, I'm sure, but you can go around and you can find and make wishes come true. And that just means a lot to me. Only maybe because, when we grew up in a kind of a blue collar, we weren't real poor, but man, there was so many times where if someone just stepped up and helped my dad, like financially, because he was a smart guy, worked hard, had ethics, all of that, but he didn't have the right information. He didn't have the right, like no one led him to learn how it, because what's the difference between someone that wins and someone that loses? What's the difference between an average person and a successful person? What's the
Fraction
difference
of a second.
Yeah, but what's the difference between me, for example, and some of my relatives who are literally broke and their mindset is not like mine? Like, in other words, I believe in possibilities. I believe in helping people. I believe in things that certain people that were around me, same environment, don't believe. And guess what? They're just average Joes. And when I say, why don't you stop doing that and start doing this? Oh, that's not possible. Like, for some reason, I think it's a belief system. I think the difference between success and failure, or average, I should say, is a belief in yourself and knowing the right information. I don't think my dad had that. And I always thought, because he had a lot of ideas, but no way to fund them and no real way to earn a lot of money. So maybe that's what drives me, man. But I want to be a billionaire so I can walk up to people and literally financially change their lives. Do shit just like that. That'd just be awesome. Because all that money's going to help more kids live a wish. Folks, if you guys, and by the way, you should, as you're doing these junkets, find out where we can donate to Make-A-Wish Foundation. Because there's probably people that are listening, love to donate something. And when you get a whole bunch of people donating a little baby bit, it turns into a whole lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think just makeawish.org. I think that's the, or maybe it's .com. I'm not sure.
I'll figure it out.
It shouldn't be too hard to Google Make-A-Wish.
Yeah, Google Make-A-Wish, folks. Throw a little pie that way. Or how about this? Let's make it a win-win. You don't have to necessarily go make a donation, but definitely go out and watch the movie when it hits. It hits what time?
It's June 7th.
June 7th.
Across America.
I'm going to make sure I release this at least a week in advance, or whenever you need me to, actually. But I think I want it fresh near the date so people go and take action.
Yeah. It's on this Friday, guys. Go check it out. But I would suggest, this movie is all about a simple act of kindness causing a ripple effect. And I would love to ask everybody that's listening to just go out and do something, a simple act of kindness. Just whether it's helping your neighbor, whether it's giving the homeless guy down the street a pair of new socks, or whether it's standing up for somebody that's getting picked on. That voice is something, sometimes all that needs to happen to change the course of something that's going on.
Fact. And one of the nicest things you can do is go out and share this podcast, rate it, and give it a review. Because the more people that hear it, the more people will love it, and the more people that love it, the more people we can affect, we can change. Andrew, appreciate you coming in. By the way, where do people follow you on Instagram?
Well, they can find me at Real Andrew Steele. That's REAL Andrew STEEL. I'd also appreciate if you followed the film festival Flicks for Change. It's FLICKS, the digit 4 change.org, but it's also across Instagram and Facebook. We've got submissions for our film festivals in Sydney, Washington, D.C., open now. So go jump on and send us your films and just get involved with the community, because together we're stronger as one.
Make sure you hashtag Bomb Squad so he knows you came from the clan, kids. Love you. Till next time.
Awesome, brother.